It's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
Really?
But it's nothing what can't be
fixed. Oh, hello. I've just seen if we had an engine update.
Hey?
I'm just seeing if we've got any news on the engine.
Yeah. I've got the cylinder head back, but I haven't got the injectors yet.
You've got the back?
I've got the head back. I can put the cylinder head on.
Right.
And then you still can't start it because I haven't got injectors.
Okay.
But the injectors are very poorly.
Right, that's a polite way of saying it.
Yeah. Hey ho.
Right, okay. Do you know how long it's going to take, do you think? How long it might take?
That piece of string.
Yeah.
How
getting shorter?
Piece of string?
Okay. But Phil worked his magic, and early the next day, Phil said to me unexpectedly, I would like you to go and take the boat for a test run. Go up ahead, wind at the junction where the Wolverhampton flight is, go back down, wind the boat at the Shropshire Union Junction, and then come back. Just drop it. I was all ready to get going, but then Phil reminded me, thank goodness he did, that I'd get wedged under the bridge if I didn't take my pram hood down and the internet post. Oh, they always laugh at me when I'm driving.
You didn't need to do that, did you?
It's not the best I've done it, no. I asked Phil if he'd be joining me on this test run, but I just think he felt much safer on dry land. And, well, who could blame him, really? Right. What happens if it blows up? Okay. See you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side. It's my sense of humour. Right. And to add to my woes, I could see there was a fishing competition right up ahead, so I was going to have to go up and past them twice. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? Hey. Sorry? Oh, thank you very much, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. So far the engine was running so smoothly and quietly. It was amazing the difference. Thank you, sorry. Are you alright? Thank you very much. I might stir up some fish for you. I've got to turn and come back again in a minute. Sorry. Oh, it's shallow over here. I'm having to come in a bit because it's a bit shallow. Sorry. Sorry? Oh, are you? I don't want to get stuck on the shallow bit. Have you had any luck? Oh. I might do something, you see. I might be sort of channeling it up for you. What's that? Oh. I decided my best approach would be to apologise to all the fishermen as I went along, tried to explain the situation, and when they were asking me questions about why I was going to have to come back, I decided the best strategy for that was just to blame Phil. Sorry. No, because the engineer has asked me to come and do this. I've got problems with my engine. So they're fixing it at Oxley Marine, so I'm doing a trial run. I'd stay up there otherwise. Luckily I'd made it through the fishermen without any problems, and they were so understanding and kind, they really were. And so then it was just to wind the boat at the junction where the bottom of the Wolverhampton flight is. Engineer, there's something wrong with my engine. The engineer at Oxley Marine has asked me to do a little turn and go back. Yes, I'm so sorry. The engine was amazing. The only thing I noticed was when I was going past boats at tickover, it just felt a little bit quicker than the normal tickover speed. This is tick over, it feels fast. The engine sounds really good, but in tick over it feels fast, for me.
Yes, simply speed it up to make it run easier. I'll slow it down.
Okay. Phil said that he's going to slow the engine down for me, so when I'm in tick over, I'm going a lot slower than I currently am. Oh, but what a sense of relief to finally have our boat up and running and moving again. Massive thank you to Phil for putting her back to normal. Or was she quite back to normal? Well done! Engine sounds gorgeous. They've done an amazing job at Oxley Marine. Phil has worked his magic. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but we are all fixed and repaired. And we are moving again. We've got quite a lot of ground to cover now because we've been stationary for 3 weeks. Oh, it's a gorgeous day to be cruising. It's goodbye to the Shropshire Union. We're not turning down there. As much as we love the Shropshire Union, we are carrying on the Staffson Woods. If you've watched my vlogs for a while, you'll know that I put hydro-treated vegetable oil, HVO, in the diesel tank. In the summer 2 years ago, I managed to find a supplier of this second generation biofuel, which means it has none of the problems the first generation biofuel had. Plus, it won't get any diesel bug, it runs in freezing conditions, and any spills in the water disperse immediately. Improve your local public air quality by reducing nitrogen levels up to 30%. Lowest emissions fuel on the market, generating up to 90% less greenhouse gases. Particulate matters are lower by up to 86%. Some downfalls are that it comes in a whole load of packaging if you have to get it directly because it's so hard to get hold of marinas. And the price, I mean, I think it's gone up to about £2.70 a litre now, which is ridiculous. But you don't get any smoke with this fuel when you're driving along, and the engine is quiet, and as a fuel I preferred it to diesel. But I have a confession to make. I've not been using it since. I stopped using it about a year ago for two reasons. Firstly, it became unaffordable, and then fuel companies started saying they weren't going to sell it to boaters anymore. And that's when I started to get a bit frustrated because I want to be able to have a choice, and suddenly the choice of being able to put a different sort of fuel into the tank was denied me. So I contacted Canal River Trust, I contacted the Inland Waterways, I put a tweet out on Twitter asking other boaters if they would use it if it was more affordable and more accessible. And yeah, I had a really positive response. This has now led to, on Monday, so Monday coming, so we're at the weekend now, I have been invited to a meeting by Michael Fabricant in the House of Commons at Westminster, and they are going to be looking at the subject of achieving net zero on the waterways. And it's all about choices. If you want to put diesel in your tank, that's absolutely entirely up to you and perfectly fine if you want to do that, and it's affordable and it's accessible to you. But if you want a choice, if you want to be able to use something different, then you know, we should be able to live in a world where we can make choices, and I don't see why suddenly we are not allowed to have access to this fuel. So I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully in this vlog I'll be able to give you some more news about it. But for now, I'm really enjoying this cruise. Right, these are the Narrows. see that rock, how hard and tough that must have been to cut through, which is why keeping it narrow saves a lot of time and a lot of money. So just going under the M54. Adorable, look at that. Oh. Now he's gone on his face. I think Zephyr has a fan club. Oh, are you coming this way? Yep. Oh my god, there's on top of the boat. Hello, gorgeous. Smelling the air. You got a boyfriend? No, you don't like him. Bit too much, Seth. Is he a bit over the top?
We're trying to get as close to Gailey Wharf as possible today because there's a water point there and we need to fill up.
Hey, look at that, there's another little Alice. That's a cute little Alice, that one. That's for Richard and Donna, look. It's just missing the night time and the on. So this is a golf driving range on this side. And when I've walked down here, I have seen a golf ball land just where Alice is now. So we're going to zip through this section quickly. This is a really pretty stretch. Loads of bird life. Oh, look, Kestrel. Here it is, here it is. Beautiful. Because we're losing light now, I mean it's just gone 3 o'clock, but the light is getting darker. We're going to look for some Armco, so we're scanning now for some Armco. Okay, this looks like a good spot. Grab the old centre line. It's just so lovely to have a different change of scenery. Back in the country.
got a different problem now, but we still managed to get to Gailey Wharf, fill up with water and find somewhere beautiful to moor. Now I know the tree creepers are, well, there's at least 2 tree creepers here. I will come back tomorrow and come a bit earlier because the light might be a little bit better. Okay. Right, I am about to go into a Zoom meeting which is taking place in Westminster, and it literally starts in 1 minute, and I'm going to be listening to what Michael Fabricant has to say about achieving net zero on the waterways. So I don't know if I'll get an opportunity to speak, but it's going to be really interesting. It's mainly about HVO, so I need a drink of water. Hopefully the internet will be good enough. Okay. Here we go.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another meeting of the All-Party Parliamentary Group for the Waterways.
Okay, I wasn't allowed to show any footage, but I want to put your mind at rest if you are a boater and you have a diesel engine. There are no proposals at all going forward suggesting that anyone with a diesel engine is going to have to use an alternative to a fossil fuel or convert their boat to electric. That's not going to happen. So if you have a diesel boat, you're going to be able to continue to use your diesel boat, and that's not going to change. But when it came to my question about HVO, it was interesting about the legislation, why it's not affordable or easy to get hold of at the moment. The difficulty is that fuel companies cannot sell subsidised HVO to us if we are going to go on any tidal sections of the inland waterways, because HVO does not have any subsidies for any vessels that are used out at sea. So the tidal inland waterways counts as the same. As well as that, because we use our fuel for propulsion and heating, there are no subsidies by the government for HVO that is used for domestic purposes, and therefore it's so hard for fuel companies to sell it to us because of the red tape issues. The Inland Waterways presentation was excellent, and they explained that the diesel that all the boaters currently use is FAME, which means 7% of it is made up from first generation biodiesel, and that causes all sorts of problems. So things like deteriorating over time, residual glycerol, and he even said it can block boat injectors and filters.
But the injectors are very poorly.
Now we come on to Vanessa Thomas, who's a narrowboater, and she makes 2 points. First of all, she asks quite legitimately, why are we not making our own HVO so that it doesn't have to be imported? And then she makes a very interesting point. So I'm going to come to Simon on this one. She said you can recycle canal weed of Zola and Pennyworth to make HVO. Couldn't we set up a system where we collect lists to make HVO?
They confirm that yes, you can make HVO out of canal weed, you just need a lot of it. But they didn't answer the question why we're not producing it ourselves in the UK and why we import all of our HVO. So basically, the legislation has to change in order for it to become affordable and accessible. In your jacket fit for dinner, starched white collar, russet breast, you strut in frosted shimmer of grass dewdrop oppressed, dazzling like a bauble that dangles perilously, soaked in hope and glitter till the gunshot shocks the tree. Your days are short in heartbeats, yet you sweep in open sight, feathers out parading, never fading from life's fight.